I remember the underhive. It was there that the venerable angel saved me long ago. I was not but 7 standard years, and he was ancient. He stood before me and pulled me from the rubble by my jacket collar. Black was his armour, adorned with a skull on the face of his helmet, an ominous visage of the god emperor. Instead of simply scurrying off, I followed them through the treacherous hive and stowed away on their ship. Instead of being mad, he was surprised. He took me by my jacket once again, and he set me in a grand hall with other children. He told me to call him Chaplain, and I was made to meditate on my knees for hours and hours and hours with the other children. When we weren't doing genuflects to the Emperor, we were running, jumping, and doing many other activities. We were training. We were also reading and writing. We practiced arithmetic as well. I wasn't very good at it, but, well, no man can be good at everything. Sometimes the older children would be made to leave. A lot of them would go, but only a few would come back. The chaplain would wave what he would call a crossius around, and point at a child and ask for trivia, or an answer, and would always ask us what our duty was. Our duty, of course, was to serve the Emperor's will, and the Emperor's will was, of course, always the same, to fight and die. But I didn't know much about fighting. But when asked, what is death? The answer was always, it was our duty. One day, at 14 standard years, I got to go with the elder children. We saw the tech marines, and they told us to trust the apothecary. We always could trust the apothecary. I mean, he always made us feel better when we got sick. And he also said to trust the machine spirit. They'd give us a shot, and we would go to sleep for a while. But when I woke up, there were a lot less children with me. Some of my friends were no longer around. I was sad for a while, but when I got back, the chaplain said that we are no longer peers, and we are brothers, and we should refer to each other as brother. But not the chaplain, no. He said that one day we would earn that right. Every standard year after that, people would see the apothecaries and the Czech marines, and fewer people would come back. We also meditated a lot, and we were given training on how to march, and talk, and fence, fight, strategize, and use many weapons. The last time I went with my brothers to see the apothecary, something went wrong. And my brain doesn't work well anymore, but I'm still here. Instead of being taken to where the others who don't work as good anymore. Then I was brought to the chaplain, and he asked me what my duty was, and I told him. He also said to remember that only in death does duty end. And since I'm still here, the Emperor calls upon me. Make sure the chaplain is always ready. He told me that I may not be a brother, but I can still serve with honor. I'm glad I followed him. I'm glad I'm able to serve. For the Emperor. Yeah, it's all right.